Hello, dear Taurus. I am Jamie Dawn, your evolutionary, revolutionary astrologer, bringing you your March 2022 horoscope. And we are kicking off the very beginning of the month with a new moon in Pisces. So keep in mind, Taurus, this is if your sun, moon, or rising sign is in the sign of Taurus, you will feel the influences of the energies I'm talking about in this video most. Now, as we talk about this Pisces new moon, March 2nd, it also has Mercury canoodling with Saturn. And this is going to be working with your 11th and 10th houses. And so what you'll find is that this new moon in that 11th house offers greater compassion and healing. There's a dreamy-like quality, sensitivity, your intuition is going to be at an all-time high. Remember, it's making a natural sextile to your sign, Taurus. So do allow yourself to take time out, maybe being with your friends or a group of people that energizes you. You may find yourself meditating with a group of people, going to a yoga class, to going in nature, whatever it might be that allows you to feel this oneness with all that is. And then on new moons, we have a tendency, or it's encouraged, to set intentions. And think about it this way. Pisces is the last sign of the zodiac, and so it is encompassing, and it's the unification of all the signs and all the experiences. And so you can use this new moon as a chance to look around at the friends, the socializing that you do, the groups that you belong to, maybe some humanitarian efforts. All of that is very much of an 11th house kind of energy, and seeing where you might want to offer your gifts in an even greater capacity. I'm not talking about over giving here, but you may want to look at ways that you can give more to your friends or your groups that you belong to, especially if they energize you. But you also may find that your friends, your social circle is needing more of your gifts. And so maybe you're thinking about ways in which you can expand that. This is also an opportunity with wishes fulfilled. So that 10th house, here we have Mercury canoodling with Saturn, making a square here, but it allows you to work really hard and making decisions that have long-term effects, or having conversations that help establish a deeper commitment towards your reputation, towards the legacy you want to leave behind. You may be thinking about that. And so you can use this new moon as a way of saying, you know what, this is where I want to give more, and how I want people to see me in the future. I want them to see me as someone who is inspirational, or somebody who has these really great ideas and can motivate and get people out of their comfort zone, but they feel supported in doing so. This also has an opportunity if you are looking to get promoted, if you're looking to have a greater what's the word I'm looking for? A greater, I don't want to keep using the term reputation. You're wanting to lead and be in the spotlight. And so this may have conversations with a manager, a boss, somebody who is trying to help you achieve some things that allow you to be the expert in your field. The other thing I will say is that you may be committing to spending more time with working with the people you enjoy working with. So maybe there's opportunities for you to put together some sort of game night, some sort of team building event, things that allow your friends and family to feel really nurtured and loved by you, but you're the one organizing it and you're the one leading it. And that may be something that also allows you to feel more secure in your relationships, in your life, in the way in which you are doing things. This also can have a releasing, if you will. I know it's a new moon, and very often we talk about planting seeds, but there's also this letting go so that you create some spaciousness in your life. So you may be releasing something into the world that shows people, hey, I want your support. I need your support in order to offer my gifts in a greater way. And then you'll find your friends help to spread that seed. We have right around this new moon time on March 3rd, Venus, Mars canoodling with Pluto. So we're going to feel the effects of this in a beautiful way because it does make a wonderful trine to your sun, moon, or rising sign in Taurus. And this is in your ninth house. So this is a great energy for promoting anything that is published or launching some form of media that helps others explore their higher wisdom or expands their minds, gives them great information. Maybe you're educating them on something. It may also be that you're easily attracting opportunities to share your wisdom with others, and you're driven to be able to maybe put some step-by-step processes in place. So if you're thinking about how do I increase my income, how do I increase my reach in connecting with others, then this is a great energy for you to do that because you can easily attract, excuse me, attract people and opportunities that give you a wider base. I would even say if you are someone who's a little bit shy, you can talk to somebody who will be able to promote you if for some reason that's not something you're comfortable with. And this could also have you signing a contract. I'm just getting intuitively towards that some of you are going to be signing a contract with someone who is like a agent or a manager or a marketer, somebody who is going to help promote you and promote your ideas. You can also attract a situation during this time that you have to stand up for what you believe, or maybe you're helping somebody else have a voice for something that they believe. You're driven to share what gives you passion and meaning and establishes you as an authority or an expert. So all of this is supporting that new moon energy. Relationships that have been around for a long time that have great meaning to you are going to be super important, and they can help you feel really stable. So you may turn your attention towards those, to the particular relationship, whether it's love and romance, because of Venus and Mars here, there's a good indication of love and romance, but also the relationships that help you feel powerful, that also can trigger some fears and insecurities here with Pluto, but you are relying on and you are becoming the person who is stable because you're working with it. Because remember, this shadow side of is in all of us, and it's not about getting rid of it, it's about integrating it. And so you may find that the ones that have greatly supported you are there to help stabilize you as you work through it, and any anxiety that you may have felt over the last several months, maybe because Venus has been in shadow. She leaves shadow around this time. And so what you may find is that all that deeper healing work that you've done, and those who haven't run from you, those who haven't abandoned you, are helping you to work through these situations. I'm also getting intuitively, there's a couple of you Tauruses where someone from your past that you have been sort of working with, this is on a romantic level, is going to show back up, or if they haven't totally disappeared, but you felt like you've been a little separated from them, you're going to have an opportunity to come together, to work through something. And I do feel as though there's a couple of you Tauruses who are going to, I'm going to say, start a new relationship during this time, but it feels like it's from somebody that you've been talking with or that you have been bonded with, and things have been tense. Now they start to ease. Sun canoodles with Jupiter on March 5th. This is in your 11th house. This is considered one of the most magical, lucky days of the year because we're working with the planet of love, or excuse me, of fortune, expansion, good luck, all of that. That's Jupiter. The sun, of course, is our energizer. It's our ego. It's our motivator. And when these two come together, especially in your 11th house, your social circle could get quite active and very expansive. So you may find yourself, running around connecting with others. And this is a great chance for you to feel inspired, maybe to inspire others, and have great faith and hope that there really is light returning from this darkness. We've been in the wintertime here in the Northern Hemisphere. So for you, maybe things have felt a little heavier. Maybe you started questioning whether, something, this higher power really was working on your behalf. Now you have a chance to be able to fulfill it, and let your friends, let your social circle, your groups that you belong to really inspire you, and you're going to inspire them, working together to create a vision for what everybody needs in order to offer your gifts in your own way to the world. You could feel very generous during this time, giving you so much of your time and energy and resources, but only to those who truly appreciate you. And I think that's the bigger thing, is that you're really looking at who and what is most meaningful in my life, who inspires me, and who lets me do what I do with them and inspire them. And together, we have great fun and lightness. This happens to fall on a weekend. So get out, be with your friends, be with your groups of people that you love and that energize you. Have those fun conversations. Take a little risk during this time. March 6th, Venus and Mars enter Aquarius. This is energizing your 10th house. Venus and Mars, the cosmic lovers, are still dancing together, and they're going to dance the entire month of March together. So they've been together in the sign of Capricorn in February. Now they're entering into Aquarius in your 10th house. This helps you to attract some attention from very unusual sources, from unusual people. It's almost like you don't have to do a whole lot to attract it, but you do have to work hard because it makes this square to your sun, moon, or rising sign. You may have to work hard in sustaining it. You may have to work hard in having certain conversations, but there's a desire here. There's a drive to be able to expand your reach and to be able to expand other people's minds and ideas. I will say, it can also cause that stubbornness that Taurus is known for, and fixed sign Aquarius here that gets attached to an idea. Do watch for that. You may find yourself like, this is my baby, this is my idea, this is my reputation, 10th house here. I'm the authority, I'm the expert, and nobody's going to change my mind. While that holds merit, at the same time, it can isolate you, or it can put some people off because there's not that flexibility there. And sometimes others just want to be heard, or they want their ideas acknowledged as well. So do watch for that. You could attract opportunities where you work independently, which feed your desire to be seen as standing out from the crowd or standing out from the norm. So this is a great opportunity in the month of March to say, I want to work autonomously here. I've got this promotion, or I've got this new project, or I've got this this media thing that I've released, and now I just want to keep doing it in my own way. And you're looking for the support of others, which should come fairly easily. And you may find some really interesting and, like I say, unusual ways and avenues in which you can express yourself. Because remember, you're keeping in the back of your mind, what legacy or impact am I leaving behind? You can also be attracted to opportunities where you fight for injustices and you're the spokesperson for those who appear to be the underdog. That may inspire you. That may give you a sense of purpose, and it may give you that voice that you need in order to be seen as the one who champions. I just keep hearing the word champion for you. You could also be attracted to experiences and mates who are different, mixing things up a little bit. So if we're talking about romance, which I will for a second, the month of March should have a very wonderful lightness to it, where you can have, if you're single, you can attract somebody who you wouldn't normally attract. Let's just say you're not normally attracted to somebody who's older than you, and that may show up. Or you're not normally attracted to somebody who is in a different industry than, let's say you're more traditional, they're more open-minded or progressive, and you may find yourself easily attracted to them. And this is a great time to socialize, get your friends to help you. Also, if you are putting yourself out there, don't be afraid to say, I have this weird idea, and I have this weird way in which I do things, and that can attract someone to you. If you're bonded and things have been a little stagnant, this is a beautiful opportunity and experiences this month to go out on a limb and, do things differently. You may, if you're looking for ways to mix things up in the bedroom, play with things. If you're not somebody who normally explores different ways to connect and it's all been pretty vanilla, give yourself permission to do something different and introduce it. And I think you're going to have the courage and you're going to have the ability to be able to talk with your loved one and say, hey, beloved, look, I want to mix things up a little bit. Let's light some candles and I don't know if that's mixing it up for you, Taurus, because you're very sensual, but you may carve out some dedicated space for that sexual experience, and maybe you talk with a friend about, hey, what do you do to mix things up a little bit? And that can help create greater bonds for you. I just also feel as though any discussions and conversations, ideas you might have that you're discussing with somebody you're bonded with can also lead itself towards the bedroom. So you may find yourself very objective with the Aquarian energy. And it's like, hey, you know what? This would be fun to try. And then your beloved says, let's try it. Why not? And you're like, okay. And you do it. The emotions aren't quite as intense. And so it gives a little bit more fun and lightheartedness. March 10th, Mercury enters Pisces, further activating that 11th house. So you may be empathizing with your friends, with the groups, decisions and discussions that require compassion and empathy may come up for you. This, I feel, is perfectly wonderful for you because if anybody is sensitive, who is friendly and warm, it's you, Taurus. And so you may find yourself in a place where others just need your support and you're willing and happy to do it. You probably get a lot of intuitive hits at this time. Your dream state is going to be pretty active. And then you can share that with your friends. I even see some of you Tauruses joining like a dream group and setting intentions at night before you go to bed and waking up in the morning and writing down dreams and then sharing it and inspires others. Do watch out. There's always a shadow side to everything. Mercury in Pisces does have a tendency to create illusions, maybe even deception. So it's possible that you may have to deal with something that a person, a friend who has deceived you about something. You may have to discuss that with them. But I feel like for the most part, this is more about your intuition working and you being able to write and talk and share things that inspire them, that they inspire you. And it just becomes this wonderful synergetic time with Mercury here in Pisces. March 13th, Sun conjuncts Neptune. And when these two planets are canoodling, and this is, again, more of your 11th house energy, there's sensitivity and the caring and the energizing of people who inspire you. So you may decide to research or go on a trip that has a spiritual aspect to it or has some form of motivation or inspiration. And do watch out that you don't overspend. I will say that there's a small element here that you may get swept up in the marketing of somebody or something, and it could cause you to go, okay, I'll spend the $10,000 that I really don't have to go and have this experience. And while I wholeheartedly support experiences, just do pay attention to not deceiving or having the illusion that this is going to be so life-changing that it's worth every penny. It could be, but just use your intuition on that. You may be a source of inspiration for others and encourage them to live their best lives during this time. So if you've been looking for more inspiration, this is a beautiful day for that to happen. And of course, we know that when you're sensitive, there's the oversensitivity that can occur because Neptune doesn't have a lot of boundaries. And so with the sun here, it could energize this feeling of like anything goes. And that includes the sensitivity. So do watch for that. If you've been trying to promote your reputation, now's the time when all your connections, your friends may go out of their way to share and to promote. And so if you were one of those Tauruses who signed to like a manager, an agent, a marketer person, this is a time where you start to see some of those results and you start to see the spreading of the seeds, if you will, of your reputation, of promoting you. And you can also be easily influenced by friends during this time. So if there was a particular idea that you were adamant about and you were fixed on, you may find yourself going, okay, maybe I should be a little more flexible right now. It is possible that boundaries also have to be set because it could be easy to be swept up in the emotional energy, in the inspirational energy. And so you may have to go, ooh, hold on, let me reset some boundaries, communicate them. I've gotten carried away. There's a possibility of that. Now, remember that this is all building and leading up to a full moon in Virgo on the 18th. This is going to be activating that fifth house. So your fifth and 11th houses are going to be active with the sun in the 11th, the moon in the fifth. And in Virgo, it's all about releasing any negativity that's robbed you of your pleasure. So if you felt like, again, more inspiration, or you felt like you were the one always supporting everybody, now you can look around and say, maybe I've held on to certain things a little too much and I need to let it go because it's not bringing me joy. I can see many of you Tauruses going to your closets and pulling out stuff and going, that doesn't bring me joy. I don't really like that. I don't know why I bought that. Let me donate it. Let me get rid of it, whatever it might be. Cleaning out the casual relationships here in this fifth house for more deeper, meaningful ones. So if you're a single Taurus and you've sort of been playing the field and you're wanting to go into something more committed, or you just decided, I'm tired of the dating world. I just need to take a step back and take care of me. This is a beautiful full moon for you to be able to do that. And, while I think casual relationships have their merit as well, I feel like for you, you're going to take on a more serious approach about it. There's also another hit here that a couple of you Tauruses may have friends that say, hey, listen, Taurus, I love you, but I feel like these casual relationships are draining your life force, and that there's some toxic stuff going on here. And I need to point this out and how I can support you clearing it out. So you'll have support of your friends. But I also feel as though for you, Taurus, it's more about, I need to take care of me and I want to have more fun and lightness in my life. And so anything that doesn't serve you, it's time for it to go. Now, on the other side of this full moon, I feel as though you may have gathered all of the experiences, the ideas, the activities from the beginning of the month, and now you can release them at this full moon, and it gives you great pleasure to do that. You can find great joy in the activities and the creative expression that you have because you've let go of maybe other people's opinions, or you've let go of being so overly critical that your focus was on everybody else or what was going wrong. The glass was half empty. Now you're like, nope, it's time for the glass to be half full, and maybe even full and overflowing. And you can find great, great joy in releasing to the world all the details, all the wonderful ways in which you can be of great service. So if you're starting your business, or you're wanting to announce yourself as a couple, maybe you've been dating somebody for a while, that now you're like, we're a real couple. We're going to move in together. We're going to fully commit and things like that. That's also something that this full moon can bring you. The sun enters Aries on March 20th. This is our spring equinox. This is going to activate your 12th house. This is the beginning of the zodiac new year. So you may have a renewed energy returning from somewhere that you just can't explain. It comes from sort of this higher power or this unity consciousness, or it just comes from behind the scenes. Desire to lead from behind the scenes may show up here. So if you've been working hard on a project, or you've been working hard on sort of this laid back, like, I'll just do what I need to do. Well, you may suddenly have this desire to go, wait a minute, I want to take on a greater role. I want to do some more leading here. There's also an element of healing some, I'll say, childhood wounding, or things that were discouraged when you were a child, that you're like, no, I'm an adult. I get to do what I want to do. And you may turn your attention towards things that inspire you in ways that you didn't even know were there. And so taking yourself to a meditation, going to nature, anything that allows you to gather some quiet time, some retreat time, and then get that inspiration so that you can then say, hey, I want to show the world, I want to offer this gift or this particular form of healing so that others can benefit. That may be something that helps you during this time. If you felt that you've been held back by something, maybe stuck in a particular matter, a pattern in your life, this is a great time to find the strength and courage to get the support if you need it. And if you do your own internal work, explore ways in which you can become unstuck. New habits may start to form, or at least you'll be thinking about them during this time. Mercury canoodles Jupiter, sextiles Mars sextiles Chiron, just around this time on the 21st. And this activates that 10th, 11th, 12th houses for you. So your reputation and the connections can be expanded and blessed during this time. So this is a very expansive month for you. So you can offer your gifts as an act of service. Healing goes a long way to boost your presence in your field. And I want to talk to some of you executives that are watching. Taurus, listen, when I talk about healing, and let's say you work in the corporate world, you can still be a healer or a great service by being a servant leader, by offering that ear, that shoulder for people to talk through, workshop through, to feel a little bit more like you're human, just like they are. And just connecting with them can help them heal, and it can also reinforce all the work that you've done in your life, because as I like to say, and you've heard this phrase from others, we teach when we most need to learn, meaning you have experiences in your life so that you can learn from them, and then you can help teach them to others. And really, instead of teach, I would say facilitate. The healer holds the space and lets the person working through stuff, feel safe enough to work through it. You're not actually doing their work, they're doing the work. But that's the way in which you can support. You may be asked to support others through their healing process during the second half of March. And this is going to give you a greater sense of satisfaction and fulfillment. And I would say, some of you Tauruses, if you're seeking to find purpose and meaning right now in what you do in your everyday life and who you connect with, this is the month where inspiration can come in and you can say, now I know what gives me meaning and nothing's going to stop me. So some of you may start a certification, you may start a class, you may start a new role that says, this is what I want to do. And I know that. And it will take time to build. And I'm really okay with that too. I want to point out relationships one more time for you, Taurus, just as an overall theme. It's not necessarily that your focal point will be on romance, but I will say that if you do turn your attention towards romance, this month should give you quite a few sweet moments, and that you can have wonderful conversations and you can relax into the moment and you can just enjoy life, because you'll have the support of your loved one if you're bonded with somebody, or you'll have the support of friends if you're dating and you're in the dating world, to be able to say, you know what, so I don't see this person this week because, they have things going on, I have things going on, but I have my friends and I feel really safe and secure with them. So enjoy this month. It should have a lot of inspiration for you. It'll have some work, that you have to put in, but I sense, Taurus, that you're really going to love just getting dirty, so to speak, getting in the dirt and rolling up your sleeves, playing in the mud, slinging it around a little bit, and finding that inspiration, that lightness, that love, that sympathy that you embody so beautifully. All right, Taurus, I really hope this helps. Please like, subscribe, share, comment. I look forward to connecting with you. Find me at jamiedawn.com. Take care.